to set behind the stands on the west side as Greg Davis will get ready to kick off. The Cowboys have won the toss. They have elected to receive a very unusual kickoff formation by Phoenix.
Yeah, they're in a position for an onside kick as well as coverage. It is unusual. They'll spread out and kick it.
Calvin Williams and Brock Marion, both rookies, are back deep for Dallas. There'll be no return here. And so Troy Aikman, the Super Bowl MVP, will come out to run the team at quarterback. He's one of the game's elite. Last week against the Bills, he attempted a career-high 45 passes. He's had to carry more of a load because of Emmitt being out of there. Great poise, quick release, and so accurate with his throws. He'll start from the 20 as we begin here at Sun Devil Stadium. Derek Lassick, the rookie from Alabama. Darryl Johnston in the backfield. Play action by Aikman to throw on the first play of the game. Complete to Michael Irvin. He has a first down out to the 37. Make that Alvin Harper. Harper coming up with a catch, a 17-yard gain on the play. Let's look offensively now at the Dallas Cowboys. We mentioned Aikman. Lassick is the guy who's probably as happy as anyone that Emmitt Smith is back. We have a man shaken up, by the way, for the Cardinals, and Aeneas Williams. Tuine coming off of his best year. Newton and Stepnoski to the Pro Bowl last year for the Dallas Cowboys. But Aeneas Williams, who figures so big in this game because he's their best cover guy, is down.
Well, not only that, Gary, that's a critical injury because Lorenzo Lynch, their other starting corner, is not starting tonight because of a pulled groin. So right now, both starting corners for the Cardinals are injured.
Dexter Davis starting in place of this guy, Lorenzo Lynch. We're going to go back now and pick up the injury to Aeneas Williams.
Now, when you play against the Cardinals, they play a lot of zone. And when the ball arrives to the receiver, there's going to be a lot of bodies around the ball. And sometimes you can hit your own players. And that's what happened right there. Aeneas Williams got hit by one of his own players, Stowe, number 90, the middle linebacker.
Williams off. Chris Oldham comes in to replace him. So it's a first down catch by Harper for 17 yards out to the 37. Comes in motion. Lassick with the ball to the 40, trying to get outside. He'll be dropped at the 41. Oldham, who just checked in, comes up to make the stop. The Cardinals defensively go to a big nickel package, which basically is a 4-2-5. And they will alternate a lot of people. Watch number 98. Eric Swan is soon going to be in the Pro Bowl. Ken Harvey had 3 sacks a week ago. Now, the secondary already having some problems. Williams out of there. And as Pat mentioned, Dexter Davis getting the starting call. 2nd and 5. Play action again by Aikman's got a lot of time, and he's on target. Michael Irvin steps out of bounds with a first down at the 42-yard line of Phoenix.
Gary, this is the type of game that Troy Aikman is going to complete a lot of passes. I mean, even if Emmitt Smith were in the game, they'd be throwing the ball a lot. They play a soft zone, and they try to keep everything in front of them. But I expect to see Novacek catch a bunch of balls. You're going to see Darryl Johnston, the fullback, catch a bunch of balls. And he's gone twice to Harper now and once to Michael Irvin.
2 17-yard completions to Harper and now to Michael Irvin. Novacek, the tight end in motion. Handoff, straight ahead comes Lassick. Lassick inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. Tyrone Stowe made the stop there.
Okay, they came out and tried to trap Eric Swan. He's number 98 here who's going to come in. The guard's going to come around and trap him. It's one of the things you want to do with a guy who gets off the ball as quickly as Eric Swan has done the first 2 games of the season. So they come out and trap him. They've thrown the ball to both wide receivers, and they've run a couple of plays. A nice opening drive here for the Cowboys.
2nd and 3 now from the 34 of Phoenix. Delayed handoff to Lassick. He's got the first down, and he's going to be stopped in at the 28-yard line. Chris Oldham up to make the stop. I tell you, Lassick has played pretty doggone well when you figure that he has had so much pressure on him due to the absence of Emmitt Smith. He's now carried the ball 3 times for 18 yards, and that'll be another first down.
Yeah, he is a good runner. He is a good runner as Lassick. But when you make a mistake on him, he doesn't score a touchdown. I mean, when you make a mistake on Emmitt Smith, it costs you 6. Now, the lead block by Johnson, number 48, a good lead blocker. He gets stuffed. And then it's number 79, Eric Williams, the right tackle, who threw the other key block downfield.
First down from the 28-yard line. Classic again, breaks 2 tackles, flag on the play as he is able to get to the 23-yard line. Lassick showing very good quickness. Freddie Joe Nunn there to make the stop. And the preliminary signal is going to be holding against Dallas. Howard Rowe, the referee.
There was a hold, but, you know, the thing about the Cowboys is they have emerging stars in virtually every position.
Holding. Number 61 offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
And one of those emerging stars is the right tackle, Eric Williams, number 79. He's going to come out here and trap out here. Now, again, it's the holding penalty, not on he, but someone else. But he kicks out, and that created a huge hold for Lassick. And even in the offensive line, the Cowboys have playmakers. And that's what makes it even more shocking that they're 0-2 at this point in the season.
Don Kiesick expected to be back after the bye week. He is dressed. He's fitting starting right go. First and 20. Aikman. Daryl Johnston, the fullback. The ball comes loose, but I think it's been ruled down and has. Boy, did Johnston take a shot that time from Dexter Davis, but he held on enough for the catch to set it up at the 32.
Yeah, and if the Cardinals are going to win this game, it's precisely what they're going to have to do, Gary. When you play the zone defense, you let the guy catch in front of you, and then you rally. And then what happens there, you better secure the ball after the catch. Otherwise, they're going to pop you, the Cardinals, and they're going to create turnovers. That is the whole philosophy of Fritz Shurmur's defense.
So they get 5 of those 10 yards back. It's now 2nd and 15. Aikman 3 of 3 for 39 yards. Got a lot of time and sorts everyone out and eventually hits Johnston again, and Johnston to the 25-yard line. It still will be 7 yards short of the first down. A third down coming up.
Gary, one of the very key players is Novacek right here. Now watch, he's going to get off the line here without getting bumped. Now the ball was not thrown to him, but if you don't bump him and jam him in the line of scrimmage, Jay Novacek may catch 100 passes tonight.
What was it they were saying? Troy Aikman said he is a wide receiver playing tight end.
He says he sees the same thing that I see.
3rd and 7 now for Dallas. No score, first drive of the game. Aikman, a little slant inside, and they make it to the 15-yard line, and that'll be enough for the first down. Alvin Harper with his 2nd catch of the game, a 10-yard completion.
Well, Norv Turner, the offensive coordinator of the Cowboys, said yesterday about Alvin Harper, he was the difference at the end of the year last year because he can play quickly, just like Michael Irvin. Big targets on slants. I mean, the Cowboys, with both receivers, have great size in Irvin and Harper. But Turner said about Harper, he was the reason we scored a lot of points in the playoffs because Alvin Harper really came on as a receiver.
Jimmy Johnson has to like what he sees. First down from the 15. Aikman to Lassick to the 10. Boy, they are really mixing it up well. Aikman has not missed a pass. He's 5 of 5. And then he's gone to Lassick to soften him up in the middle. It'll be at the 11-yard line. 2nd down and 6.
Watch the lead block by number 48, Daryl Johnston. Again, he is a great combination blocker and receiver. They don't use Johnston much as a runner, but perhaps the best combination of receiver and blocker at the fullback position in the NFL.
This is what's happened thus far. 10th play of the drive. Johnston, the fullback. Johnson doesn't carry the ball all that much. They use him a lot as a receiver as well as an outstanding blocker, getting the effort there, and it'll go to a 3rd down.
Well, once every lunar eclipse or so, they toss him one.
Little bone there for Johnston, who missed almost the entire preseason. He broke the ring finger on his left hand, and he's playing without the brace, which had really hindered his play, and feels like he's back in now to mid-season form.
Now here's where the Cardinal defense has to respond at 3rd to force the field goal attempt by a new kicker, Eddie Murray, for the Cowboys. So the defense has to respond.
3rd and 3 now. 8:08 to go in the first quarter. Delayed handoff to Lassick. Lassick's got it. He's got the touchdown. Dallas takes the lead. Well, I don't know if this guy inspired him, but they looked awfully good. Emmitt Smith had to be pleased with what his protege, Derek Lassick, did on that drive. He just took it in to score. Maybe they can save him again, but that for the Green Bay game. But that was an incredibly impressive opening drive. I mean, that makes a statement. And that quiets the crowd when you're on the road. Eddie Murray, their new kicker, adds a point after. It's 7-0 Dallas. Yeah, we talked about Darryl Johnston as a receiver and as a lead blocker. Watch number 48, the left part of the screen again. The lead block on the middle linebacker, Walderstead. He cuts inside. And when you throw lead blocks like that, your tailback, whether he's a rookie or not, is going to get into the end zone. His first in the NFL.
The NFL on TNT is brought to you by Coors Light, the crisp-tasting beer that's mountains above the rest. Remember to reach for the silver bullet when there's no room for filling up. Coors Light, it's the right beer now. By Holiday Inn, stay with someone you know. Call 1-800-HOLIDAY or your travel agent for reservations. And by Logo Athletic, get real with authentic team apparel.
Think of all this as a large block of ice. Think of this as a chip off the old block. Coors Light's aged ice cold. So when you think of ice, think of the silver bullet. The only way to chill.
I was born in a small town. That's where my customers are.
Every day, important business takes place in towns all across the country. And every day, we're a part of it. We're in hundreds of towns like Opelika, Walnut, Hope.
The Northwest Southeast is my territory.
Who would know better than Holiday Inn how to make your small town and big town meetings a big success?
Welcoming.
Just like the town I was born in.
Just like the town I was born in.
Holiday Inn. Stay with someone you know who really knows you.
The rookie from Alabama, the national championship Crimson Tide team, with his first touchdown in the NFL. He was the first rookie running back to start an opener for a defending world champion in the history of the NFL. And now with Emmitt around, he seems to be playing a lot better. Eddie Murray kicking off. They're concerned about his short kickoffs, so you see why. Johnny Bailey will take it. Bailey to the 20. Bailey had a 43-yard return earlier this year on a kickoff. And so Steve Berline, the former Dallas Cowboy, coming over by free agency, had a shaky start in game 1 against the Eagles. He said, I was just pressing, but he rebounded last week against the Skins. Outstanding leader. He just exudes confidence. He's really made this team believe they can be a winner. He's been in a very contagious type atmosphere that he's created. Very accurate passer, too.
His confidence is desperately needed by this Cardinal team. Now he's got to go prove there's a reason to be confident.
Down 7-0. First time they have the football. Walter Reeves in motion. Play action. Berline rolling out. Butch Roll. That's his first catch of the year. He's the H-back, and Butch Roll takes it to the 27-yard line. Let's look now at this Phoenix offensive core. We mentioned Berline. Garrison Hirsch, you're going to see a lot of him. They think he has greatness ahead of him. Clark, the former Redskin, who had a big game last week against his former teammates. Sharp, one of the best at that backside tackle. And Mark May, he's the old warrior. He'll be 34 in November. Second down and 4. Garrison Hurst able to get to the 31, very close to the first down. He needed to get to the 31 and a half. Last week he carried the ball 22 times for 76 yards. Defensively, Dallas will use a lot of people. Casillas and Maryland, those starting. They've been battling back from injuries. Haley's the guy that just stirs it up. Robert Jones, second-year guy, started as a rookie. Ken Norton leading them in tackles thus far. And Darren Woodson, this is the guy that's really gotten the attention of Jimmy Johnson. He says he's everything I wanted. It was a first down to the 32-yard line. Again, it's Hurst. They want to establish him early, as Pat was saying, and he'll take it out to the 39. That's a pretty good way to establish a runner, isn't it? As he looks good that time. He sees the field so well. They talk about his vision as a runner.
Yeah, he is, and they want him to get the field. But you've got to always account for Charles Haley. I mean, even when you run away from him, you know, you give him a little shot there and you think you have him stopped. But when you have a cutback runner like you have in Garrison Hurst, who may go anywhere, you have to stay on your blocks, particularly when it's against Charles Haley.
Gain of 7 on the last play, 2nd and 3. Berline with time, near sideline. Ricky Prohl makes the catch, and that'll be a first down. Prohl will go out at the 48-yard line of Phoenix. Larry Brown over to make the stop. And Prohl has not caught that many balls, but they want to throw more to him today, and that's a good way to get him started.
Ricky Prohl is a quality receiver, but when you give a guy this much cushion on a second and short yardage, three or four yards, it's just easy takings, easy pickings for a first down. Now, again, what do you set up with a pass like that? Do you come back and run the hook and go later, or a post? It's what you set up in the first quarter that sets up the fourth quarter.
So the Cardinals now close to the midfield stripe on this drive, trying to answer Dallas's initial drive. Here's Hurst. Colbert had him. He got away from him. And Hurst gets to the 45 on a remarkable second effort. Darren Woodson eventually made the tackle after Hurst ran out of Colbert's arms.
Well, you know, Joe Bugle said about Garrison Hurst, he's liable to run anywhere, and that's one of his strengths. And you get him in the I formation, and he's not a little guy. I mean, he's 215 pounds. He can break some arm tackles, as he did right there of Tony Tolbert. And again, what they're hoping that he can do is run the ball, create an 8-man front. We have to bring the strong safety up to stop the run, and then throw the ball. But you got to run the ball with Garrison Hurst first.
2nd down and 4 from the 45. Berline, far side, Prohl again, and Prohl has a first down catch. Ricky Prohl will be grounded short of the 35 by Thomas Everett. And this Phoenix team is looking just as sharp as Dallas did when they had the football.
Yeah, they're responding. And I'll tell you, one guy who's happy about Ricky Prohl catching some early passes, not only Joe Bugle, it's Gary Clark. Because when you start throwing the ball to Ricky Prohl, it means that Gary Clark sooner or later is going to get the single coverage they're looking for.
Nobody has thrown an incomplete pass in this game. Aikman 5 of 5, Berline 3 for 3. From the 36, first down. Hurst trying to bend it back, maybe a half yard that time. Thomas Everett there to make the stop. Hurst missed the entire preseason, and there are times he's hesitant running the ball. Sometimes, Pat, they wish he'd just go for it.
Yeah, what they're saying is the offensive linemen are saying he's got to trust them a little bit more and stay with the hole. I mean, in college, you can bounce it outside and outrun a lot of people. In professional football, there's not a lot of open spaces. So the offensive linemen have talked with him this week about, hey, trust me, hang in there with me. Let the hole develop before you try to make a 40-yard run. Make a 4-yard run first.
2nd down, virtually 10 to go. That's Butch Roll in motion. Pressure up the middle. Berline trying to get out of it. He won't. Russell Maryland wrestles him down. But pressure coming up the middle. Chased him, flushed it out of the play. And Maryland then was able to finish it. And a loss back to the 45-yard line.
Russell Maryland's first step always causes a lot of commotion in the backfield. I mean, he just ran right around Mark May, number 73, to make the play. And Maryland was talking to us yesterday about, hey, I'd love to be in 3rd downs more. He's kind of a 1st and 2nd down guy. They take him out in pass rush situations, but he's got a terrific first step, and he can really cause some penetration.
He's really been slowed with a turf toe, but now feels he's come back from that. 3rd and 19. That is Randall Hill in, number 81 in motion. Berline over the middle, flag on the play. Larry Centers makes the catch. He's to the 39 of Dallas. But there's a penalty flag thrown at the feet of Berline, and let's see what this is all about. Going to be holding against Phoenix. Joe Bugle, who was the guy who started the
number
original
73
Hogs
offense. Penalties decline. Brings up 4th down.
in Washington, and he doesn't like those holding calls, so they'll have to get rid of the football. As Rich Camarillo will come in and punt, and there was some concern whether Camarillo would be able to punt today. He pulled the calf muscle in the warm-ups last week and didn't punt until Thursday of this week. Kevin Williams, the rookie, back to receive it. Pat Beach, the snapper. Trying to angle it to the near side. wide. And the ball is going to be hit too far into the end zone for the touchback, which you love.
I hate that. I mean, just gave up 20 yards.
So it's a 39-yard punt, but the Cowboys will have it at the 20-yard line. Dallas with a 7-0 lead, and they get the football for the second time.
Mountain Cable Advertising is proud to bring you primetime NFL football exclusively on cable television. Tonight's TNT broadcast is brought to you locally by McDonald's. What you want is what you get at McDonald's today. And by the Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers, where you get Corvettes, Suburbans, the 58-mile-per-gallon Metro, and America's most reliable pickups. And by the Electronics Place. We beat any price.
What can $2.99 buy you at McDonald's? How about one of 6 extra value meals? Take the Big Mac, the Quarter Pounder with cheese, 2 cheeseburgers, McChicken, McLean Deluxe, or even the Filet-O-Fish sandwich. Add large fries and a medium Coke and get your extra value meal for $2.99. By the way, the price holds true for the Burger of the Month, the Mushroom Swiss Quarter Pounder. That makes 7 extra value meals only $2.99 each. Where else can you get this kind of variety at this kind of price?
It's the Chevy authorized year-end clearance sale at your neighborhood Rocky Mountain Chevy Geo dealer. Now till September 22nd, you'll get over $1,900 in option discounts, up to $1,500 in cash back, and this decade's lowest interest. Act now and lease a 93 full-size Chevy pickup for just $229 a month for only 24 months. Factory authorized year-end clearance now till September 22nd at your neighborhood Rocky Mountain Chevy Geo dealer.
Dallas coming on the road, and they've quieted this crowd after that impressive drive of 80 yards earlier. They get the ball for the second time. Lassick was impressive in the first series, 5 carries, 30 yards. Hurst, on the other hand, 4 for 17. And, of course, Derrick with his first touchdown ever in the NFL. From the 20, end around reverse. And the rookie from Miami of Florida brings it out to the 30, just short of the first down. John Booty reacting finally. This guy has such speed. He's around a 4.2 40 guy.
He is fast, but big old Nate Newton, number 61. I mean, he was trying to block someone. He knew he had a fast guy behind him in Kevin Williams. And all 303 pounds, and Nate Newton was out there. He didn't hit anybody, but he looked good.
I tell you, that's not as much weight as he used to carry out there.
Well, you know, they used to just kind of spread some oil and vinegar and let him graze out in the end zone before the games.
They called him the kitchen. Second down, less than a yard to go. Johnson, the fullback, and he appears to have the first down across the 30 to the 31.
So what have the Cowboys done? They've used virtually everyone in their offense. Their offensive line, as we talked about having playmakers, they've used those guys, particularly Eric Williams and Poles and such. They've used Michael Irvin and Alvin Harper. Lassick has scored. Darrell Johnson's thrown some key blocks. Of course, Emmitt Smith has not played. Jay Novacek hasn't caught a pass, but he has been open. But they use all their players, and they use them in the best way they can. Take advantage of all their talents.
First down from the 31 for the Cowboys. 7-0 Dallas. Aikman, a lot of time going up top, far sideline. The ball is up, and the catch is made by Alvin Harper, a sliding grab, and that was a remarkable catch. He had a defender all over him, a 44-yard grab to the 25-yard line of Phoenix.
2 years ago, Alvin Harper couldn't make this adjustment. But Alvin Harper has made this Cowboy team a much more difficult team to defend, because now you can throw him any kind of route, and now he'll adjust to the ball. It's not just catching the perfectly thrown pass, it's the one that's not thrown so well, and yet you still go after it and make the play.
Alvin Harper sets him up at the 25. Novacek in motion. Lassick carrying the football, breaking tackles. He gets 5 as he takes it to the 20. And that has been a very fast first quarter, as Dallas, with 2 very good drives, they've gotten to the end zone once, and they're headed there again. And we have a Cardinals shaken up. It's Chuck Cecil. We'll check his status out when we return. We played the first 15 minutes. 7-0 Dallas.
there are some tough birds in our division who love putting the ache to Aikman. And those people in Washington definitely believe in capital punishment. And even when things are going good, I remember there are still giants in New York. Do I think winning another Super Bowl is going to be easy? Get real.
Logo Athletic, authentic team apparel.
Pizza Hut has gone Hollywood with a blockbuster Bigfoot movie deal. You get a coupon for 1 free movie rental at Blockbuster Video with any other movie rental. It's a blockbuster deal from Pizza Hut.
Airbags, seat belts, and anti-lock brakes, child safety seats, careful driving, and a set of Michelins.
For all of you with the courage to go it alone, to put your future on the line and your name on the door, there's the corporate card from American Express. Use it for all your business expenses. We'll organize them by category and even provide records of charges. It's a great way for any company to get a handle on costs. Call 1-800-SUCCESS. The corporate card to your success.
It's going to be different every week. The King of Talk is coming to Saturday night. We're going to try to be a little offbeat. You be the judge. Larry's working the weekend. Oh, come on, this beats work. Premieres Saturday, October 2nd on CNN.
Gotta get out of here.
Well, the Dallas Cowboys have played very well in this game. Aikman is 6 of 6 for 101 yards. They have a 150 yards of total offense in the first 15 minutes. As we start the second quarter, 2nd and 5 from the 20. Harper goes in motion. Will get to the 20, and that's about all. Pretty good fill that time for the safety spot by Michael Zordich. Also Eric Swan. It'll bring up a 3rd down, still 5.
You know, Gary, we were just talking about Phoenix, and they've been in this position before early in the season with a big game at home, and they've never quite responded. And you know, this is a game they can't afford to get Dallas get up 14 points. I mean, this is one of those turning point 3rd downs for the Cardinal defense. They have to stop forcing the field goal. Force the field goal attempt.
You got so many windows of opportunity, and they need to take advantage of it. 3rd and 5. Aikman, far side, Novacek, and Novacek ties for the 1st down, and he got it. Novacek able to get inside the 15-yard line. John Booty finally caught up with him. Here's a guy last year that led all tight ends with 68 catches.
Well, you know, the consistency of Jay Novacek, over 60 catches over the last 3 years, 84. See, they don't jam him. I think if you don't jam Jay Novacek and you let him get started, he's going to kill you. And he's got the hands of a wide receiver. Yeah, it's kind of a half a catch there, but he got it.
Kind of massaged that ball.
He did. But you have to jam him at the line of scrimmage. You'll catch 12 passes.
Aikman still hasn't missed. He's 7 for 7, using 4 different receivers. Delayed handoff to Lassick. Lassick doesn't fool too many people, and especially Brent Wallerstedt, a rookie, number 52 out of Arizona State, who is one of the best open field tacklers they've had in a long time. He's a 6th-round draft pick.
Well, that was a pretty good open field tackle right there on Lassick.
Gained a yard, 2nd and 9. Or the Cardinals really need to get him to absolutely settle for a field goal on this drive.
And you know, the Cardinals have not blitzed yet. They've been playing that zone. They have not come close to getting to Troy Aikman. As a matter of fact, the last 2 games against him, they haven't sacked him.
Aikman on a 2nd and 9. Being flushed out, being chased. Shows how strong he is. Chris Oldham eventually knocks him out of bounds. He may have picked up a yard in all of that scramble, so we're going to come to a 3rd down, and the Cardinals want to put a stop on right here.
This is where the Cardinals defense gets tough when you try to throw the ball down here because of this zone. I mean, everybody's just backing up, keeping everything in front of them, watching the quarterback's eyes. Nothing there. Lassick comes open over the middle. But, you know, this zone defense gets very tough inside the 15-yard line for the Cardinals. I mean, it's tough to get the ball down into the end zone unless you really drill it.
3rd down, virtually 10. Derek Gainer now is coming at running back. Classic in motion. Here is Gaynor, and Gaynor thunders forward. He is about a yard short of a first and goal. He needed to get to the 4. He stopped just short of the 5. It's fourth down coming up. This guy is big. He weighs 240 pounds, and he had a block, and he looked like he was headed into the end zone for a moment. Fourth down, and that means that their new kicker, Eddie Murray, number 3, will come in. I say new. He's been around a long time. 14th year in the league. Number 2 among active scorers. Only Nick Lowry scored more. This will be a 23-yard attempt. And Eddie Murray is able to put 3 points on the board. 10-0 Dallas. 12 minutes left to go in this first half, and the Cardinals hoping to answer.
The Electronics Place brings you the sale of the year. 6 months, no interest, and no payment. That's right, no payment until March 1994. 8mm or VHS camcorders, $4.99. Complete 386 computer system with monitors, $7.99. 4-head remote control VCR, $179. Magnavox 31-inch stereo TV, $7.99. 3 days only, now through Monday. 6 months, no interest, no payment at 7200 South State. The Electronics Place. We beat any price.
How did I ever let you talk me into babysitting these kids?
Maybe if we feed them, they'll be quiet.
We don't have any food, and we can't afford to take them out to eat.
Now at Sizzler, kids 10 and under eat for just 99 cents Monday through Thursday. And there's even a brand new kids bar that's just their size.
Ollie, I'm ready to order now.
Fine, but make sure you tell them you're under 10.
Nowhere to go. That's Dash is Green going to the front. Four-star Wrangler is second.
Nothing Dallas. Hello, Kansas City. Lonnie Dale, our director, saying hello to his wife, Tanya. Boy, I tell you, Lonnie, you'll go to every extreme, won't he? Eddie Murray will kick it off, and Troy Aikman has just played splendidly well in this first half. Johnny Bailey back deep for the Cardinals. They're expecting a short kick. Bailey clear up at the 4. And that's what they're going to get. Bailey, however, from the 1 now, comes forward to the 15 and will be tackled at the 16. So the Cardinals, who had things going pretty well on their first possession, only to have a holding penalty, short circuit that drive, now need to get something going. They trail 10-0, 11:49 to go in the first half.
Problems. 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 Solutions, solutions, solutions. Pour Gum Out fuel system cleaners right in your gas tank, and with just one tank full, you'll get better engine performance, performance, performance. Gum Out, solutions to engine problems. From the people at Pennzoil.
You saw yourself on a Harley, the tyrant of the 2-lane.
And you on stage at Madison Square Garden, the lights, the fans.
Then you met her. Goodbye, Harley.
Hello, Diamond.
Matching towels.
Power tools.
And a house. Now you're remodeling, buying lumber and plywood.
Choosing paneling. Molding.
Doors. Windows. Tile backer. Tile backer?
Would you say your interests have evolved?
Georgia Pacific. Whatever you dream for your home, we help you build on your imagination.
I think you'll love my country, with its reverence for tradition, its appreciation of beauty, its regard for peace and tranquility. I'd love to take you there on my airline, with its tradition of person-to-person service. Enjoy the peace, tranquility, and comfort of Delta's exclusive MD-11 service to 6 cities across Asia. We love to fly, and it shows.
25 years the club's been taking this vacation. Maybe it should have been 24.
Welcome to Dollar. Something in a full size?
As long as there's room for my hog.
For as much room as you need. Rent from Dollar. They're right on the airport, right on the money.
All right, everybody, hands on the wheel at 10 and 2.
Call your travel agent or 1-800-800-4000.
The Cardinals, as we come back at the 11:49 mark of the second quarter, have the ball at the 16-yard line. I'm Gary Bender along with Pat Hayden. The Cardinals coming in here with high hopes of somehow establishing some credibility, and now down 10-0. They pick up the blitz, a give to Garrison Hurst, and no place to go. Darren Woodson, who played collegiately here in the same stadium for Arizona State, was there to make the stop.
There was a hole there for a moment, but Darren Woodson, number 28, closed that hole very quickly. I mean, there was something good about to happen until the strong safety. But as you mentioned, Gary, Jimmy Johnson said, hey, this guy can do everything. I mean, he's 215 pounds. He can run. He can hit. And he stopped Garrison Hurst there from what should have been at least a 5- or 6-yard gain.
James Washington, who started a year ago, is out with an injury, and Woodson has stepped forward. Third, make it 2nd down and 11. Burline, and that's not close. Garrison Hurst, the intended receiver at the 10, trying to set up the flare, but coming up the middle, very good pressure from Tony Casillas. And so already it's 3rd down and 11 yards to go. First miss for Burline. He had hit his first 4 passes. First miss of the game. And so now the 3rd and 11.
One of the key matchups, Luis Sharp, number 67, against Charles Haley. Again, when you have Charles Haley, you know you have a couple of different rushes. He can run upfield on you quick, or he can bull rush you or come inside. And the mix of rushes is what makes Haley very difficult to block.
Ricky Prohl goes in motion. Burline over the middle. Catch is made beautifully by Johnny Bailey, and he fights his way to a 1st down. That is a big catch for this Cardinal team. On a 3rd and 11, they get 13 yards to Johnny Bailey coming out of the backfield.
Couple things happened there. It started with protection. Burline had some good protection, and then he hung in there. Didn't get impatient. He felt he had good protection and was just waiting for Bailey. And then he threw a pretty good pass because Bill Bates had Bailey well covered.
And I might add, a good catch, too. So Johnny Bailey, who has been a guy who just makes plays, according to Joe Bugle, just made one there, and they needed it. 1st down at the 29. Quick hit, far side, and Gary Clark makes his first catch, but no place to go because Larry Brown was on top of him instantaneously. Clark had a big game last week, coming up with 6 catches for 95 yards. He started very slowly. He dropped 4 passes in the first game against Philadelphia. Just trying too hard, he said.
Well, Joe Bugle said about Gary Clark, of all the free agents we acquired, he is the most valuable because he's the guy who can make plays for us on Sundays that can win ball games for us.
That's what we were talking about. The first miss a moment ago by Burline on that little pass intended for Hurst. Gain of 2. Derek Ware is in motion for the Cardinals. Burline trying to set up a screen. He gets it off to Garrison Hurst. Hurst trying to find some running room. Able to get close to the 35. Charles Haley doubling back to make the tackle, number 94.
You know, Gary, everybody talks about the speed of this Dallas Cowboy team, and what speed really allows you to do is get back into the play after you get blocked. I mean, that's happened with Charles Haley. He got blocked there, but he runs back. But all these players. Now, the other thing here about Steve Burline, he has to throw the ball underneath a lot of guys running him, rushing. The good little slip play there by Garrison Hurst for the reception.
3rd down, a long 4. Misdirection, handoff to Bailey. He's got the 1st down, and Johnny Bailey now has made 2 very important plays on this drive. Both of them coming up on 3rd down, and he's got the ball out to the 43-yard line.
Last week, when the Cardinals beat the Redskins, Johnny Bailey rushed for 3 first downs in nickel situations. He just did it there again. He made a catch a few plays ago, as you mentioned, Gary, on 3rd and 11. And then on 3rd and 4 against a nickel defense, a little inside draw or trap, and he keeps the chains a moving.
Cardinals down 10-0, now have a 1st down at the 42. Burline Catch is made by Clark. Clark trying to fight for additional yardage, and a flag then thrown very late, and Luis Sharp was upset about something. Clark made the catch across the 50-yard line, a couple of yards short of the first down, but it may come back.
I want to tell you, Larry Brown, the corner for the Cowboys, has made two very good tackles on Gary Clark. One in the short pass, and then that one there. Because if he didn't tackle him, Gary Clark is off for a big game.
Holding number 67 on the offense. Grab of the face mask, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
That's the reason Luis Sharp was upset.
There's Brown, number 24, against Gary Clark. I mean, he played him short well a moment ago. Then he comes back and makes the play here. Now, he's out there, you know, he's the professor on Gilligan's Island. He's out there all by himself and still made the tackle there on Gary Clark.
Well, he was a 12th round draft pick, 321st pick of the draft when he came in out of TCU.
Your favorite show, by the way, yeah. Gilligan's Island. You still watching that, right?
Well, I'm old enough to remember that. First down 20. Blitz may be coming. Here it comes. Kenneth Gant on the blitz. Handoff instead to Garrison Hurst. And Hurst getting some of the yardage back across the 35 to the 38-yard line.
One thing Garrison Hurst is doing in this game, Gary, that he didn't do in the first two games, he is staying with the hole. I mean, he is staying behind Luis Sharp and Mark May and all the guys who's supposed to. 73 is May on the right side. 85 is Ware, the tight end. And he just kind of picks his way. And with a guy like that, everybody has to block, including the wide receivers, because with his speed, you don't know where he's going to end up. And if the wide receiver makes a block, perhaps you have a 40-yard gain.
Second down now, 15 yards to go. Burline on target to Randall Hill, the fastest wide receiver for the Cardinals. He's got the catch to the 49-yard line. Gain of 10, but they're still short of the first down. It'll be 4 yards short of the first down. Getting up very slowly is Kevin Smith, who was their first draft pick of a year ago.
Gary, both these quarterbacks, as we've talked about, have really been on today. And defensively, both these teams are going to have to change it up on them. I mean, they're going to have to come after them, a blitz, a safety blitz, linebacker, because right now they are very much in rhythm.
Third down, make it 5 to go. Randall Hill goes in motion. Burline trying to screen over the middle, and Johnny Bailey this time will not get it done on third down. And because Darren Woodson, the strong safety, stayed home and fought off a blocker, made the stop. Fourth down for Phoenix.
You can see why Jimmy Johnson likes Darren Woodson, number 28, so much. He has him man for man. Now, he has to fight through a bunch of traffic there. I mean, there's a bunch of big bodies, but he has them all to himself. You see Leon Lett, who was blocked for a moment, but he didn't stay blocked. I mean, that's about speed. If you get blocked, if you have speed, you still can recover.
So again, they have a drive stalled because of a penalty. Camarillo to punt the football. Not an exceptionally good punt. Coming up is Kevin Williams, and he makes the fair catch, and they'll set it up at the 22-yard line. 36-yard punt by Camarillo, not up to his Pro Bowl standards. We'll be back. 5:42 to go in the first half. 10-0 Dallas.
The NFL on TNT is brought to you by GMC Truck, the strength of experience, and by Rolling Rock Premium Beer from the Mountain Springs to you, same as it ever was.
At GMC Truck, we've built a reputation for truck strengths. A considerable advantage. It also comes in this handy take-home side. Sierra from GMC Truck.
You're on the forefront of attempting to develop entrepreneurship as a way of life here. MCI understands that this is a two-way street.
The businesses in the community band together through the chamber. With Proof Positive, save money. You always get MCI's best price. MCI always does what's right for you.
It's helped us grow small businesses into large businesses.
It's not just one business out there, it's the whole community trying to make Sioux City a better place to live.
I was born in a small town.
That's where my customers
Where my customers are. Every day, important business takes place in towns all across the country. And every day, we're a part of it. We're in hundreds of towns like Opelika, Walnut, Hope.
The Northwest Southeast is my territory.
My territory. Who would know better than Holiday Inn how to make your small town and big town meetings a big success?
It's warm. Welcoming.
Just like the town I was born in.
Just like the town I was born in.
Holiday Inn. Stay with someone you know who really knows you.
10-0 Dallas. Leon Lett, who's been having some problems with a sore ankle, limping around a little bit. He did not start tonight because of the injury, and he'll sit down for a while the Dallas offense takes over at the 22-yard line. Dallas is averaging 8.2 yards per play thus far. And Derek Gainer is in the backfield for the Cowboys. Aikman over the top. It's Harper again, and Harper wearing the Cardinals out. He makes another catch. That's a 17-yarder. That's where he started the ball game, at 17-yarder, out to the 39.
Sooner or later, they're going to get the ball to Michael Irvin, too.
Time for tonight's GMC Truck Leaderboard. We're going to take a look at the rookie NFC rushers. Now, this is after 2 weeks. Neal, of course, is out because of a broken ankle. Derek Brown today had 121 yards. And Derek Lasser coming in third among the rookies on our GMC Truck Leaderboard as we come back on a first down carry across the 40 to the 41-yard line.
Well, remember, 5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Jimmy Johnson said that if he was going to play Emmitt Smith, he might play him a little bit at the end of the second quarter, and if not, maybe some in the second half. But the way this game is going thus far with a 10-point lead, maybe he's thinking, hey, if I can get through this game with a week, I have a bye next week, and I have 2 weeks to get him ready for Green Bay Packers.
You got to think that way, I would think. Second down and 9 after that last carry by Gainer. Novacek comes in motion. Aikman takes a shot, gets rid of the ball, and the completion is to Irvin, and Michael Irvin is out of bounds at the 38-yard line of Phoenix. A 22-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, Michael Irvin is a strong guy at the line of scrimmage. I mean, he'll use his hands, he'll use his feet to get open. And this Dallas offense is in sync tonight. And Norv Turner, the offensive coordinator, is calling a great game because he has used everybody. He's used Alvin Harper, and what does that do when you throw the ball to Harper? It sets up Michael Irvin. He's used Novacek, and he's used Johnston, and he's used Lasser.
And he has not missed. He is 9 of 9. Aikman going for 10 in a row and almost got it. That's pretty good defense that time by Lorenzo Lynch on Michael Irvin. Lynch did not start because of the groin, but he came over and played that one very well. Coming up at halftime, the Fruit of the Loom halftime report with Bob Neal and Kevin Kiley. Boy, the weather now really starting to cool. Beautiful day here in the Valley of the Sun. Scores and highlights from week 3. Have an analysis of the first half. Anthony Munoz, another one of those Trojans from USC.
Yeah. You know, it's nice to be outdoors for kids. First 2 weeks we were
That's right.
dome stadiums.
Second down 10. Delayed handoff to Gainer. Gainer, no place to go. Gainer used to play for the Browns and the Raiders, came over last year. A big back who can catch the ball.
See, Lorenzo Lynch and Michael Irvin have something going over here. It's a one-on-one dance. You know, a lot of things that go on away from the action, away from the ball, really tell a story. I mean, something's going to be happening there again because Michael Irvin desperately now wants to beat Lorenzo Lynch. I promise you.
Two-step there, didn't it? Third down, they lost some yardage. Third down and a long 10 and a half. Blitz coming up the middle. Aikman gets rid of it, and a very good play that time defensively on the far side by Steve Lofton. Lofton racing over, batted the ball down. He's their fastest corner, and he saved a long completion. And it'll bring up fourth down.
Yeah, it was perfectly timed tip by Lofton, number 28. Again in the zone, reads the quarterback in the pattern, and then tips it away. I mean, you watch the quarterback, you watch the receiver out of the other eye. As soon as you see the quarterback plant, you know the ball's in the air, and you drive, and at the last minute, you knock it away from the receiver. That's a heck of a play by Lofton.
That receiver being Harper is now coming in as John Jett, who took over the punting chores after Mike Saxon punted for 8 years. He hits this one very high. Johnny Bailey's going to let it hit. It'll go sideways and then inside the 5, and that ends up being a superb punt. You know, he had 5 of 8 punts inside the 20 prior to that one. He's had no touchback.
Yeah, I like that. And he's got a good face mask. Look at that. I love it. He looks like a player.
10-0 Dallas.
Come see the wildest show on turf, University of Utah football. Season tickets are on sale now. Call 581-UTIX.
When my wife's away, I'm not only a father, I'm a mom. At least I've got help from US West, like voice messaging.
Message 1.
And on the road, I use my US West cellular phone. And I never miss calls with my additional line. Hello? Hi, son. A concert Saturday? With US West, I can make better use of my time, so I can have more time for my latest hobby, cooking. Cajun stir-fried meatballs. They'll love that.
US West, making the most of your time.
One MRI scan, $1,100.
There's no question healthcare costs are high.
2 pain relievers, $5.
That's why you need someone to work in your behalf to lower those costs.
1 hospital stay per night, $1,500.
At Blue Cross and Blue Shield, we don't own hospitals or employ physicians.
1 open heart surgery, $30,000.
Our only job is to manage your healthcare dollars.
1 human life, absolutely priceless.
We don't provide medical care. We provide a way to make it affordable.
Outstanding punt by Jet sets the Cardinals up at the 4-yard line. Phoenix trailing 10-0 as we go in now to the waning minutes of this first half. 2:59 to be exact. Poor starting field position they've had in this game. Looks like we had some movement, but I don't see a penalty flag. Burline sprinting in the end zone. Gets out of there, throws to Randall Hill. They fight for it. A penalty flag, and we're going to have pass interference. That was Kevin Smith with Randall Hill fighting for the ball at the 40-yard line. I thought initially Louis Sharp might have fired back off the line of scrimmage before the snap, but there was no penalty there.
Well, I want to tell you, he had a heck of a rush from Charles Haley. Charles Haley just pushed Sharp right back into Steve Burline. The top of the screen there, he just pushes Sharp, who weighs 280. But Burline is an athlete. I mean, he can move around a little bit. You know, and he gives an athletic receiver, Randall Hill, a chance. Gives him an opportunity. When Hill's going to make a good adjustment, yeah, he's just getting held. It's a good call.
Well, they put it up and made something happen. That ends up being a 37-yard penalty. Moves the ball out to the 41. Out of Pittsburgh State, who's played remarkably well, along with Garrison Hurst, carries the ball there. Week 3 in the NFL. Let's get you up to date on the action on our Russell Athletics scoreboard. How about the Eagles, 3-0? Giants as well. Dan Reeves has gone into the Big Apple and done a remarkable job. The 49ers with a win there. Saints didn't score as many points, but they got the win 14-3. Second down and 7. Burline far side. Clark had it for a moment, and Larry Brown jars it loose. The ball being fought for. Now, has that been ruled incomplete? It has. No fumble. Gary Clark did not have possession on the far side, and Brown with a very good defensive effort again. He and Clark have really been going after each other.
Larry Brown has been on Gary Clark like a cat on Velcro this entire first half. And he has not had a chance. And one of the things that Gary Clark can do is extend the play if you let him. But if you're right there when the ball arrives, nothing's going to happen. A good first half.
Bill Cowher's team with their first victory. The Browns 3-0. Chargers with Carney having another big day. 6 field goals. Third down and 7. Burline. Time to Derek Ware, and he dropped it. Derek Ware, who has the only catch among the tight end core for Phoenix, that being a 13-yarder last week, drops the ball. And if you're going to beat the Dallas Cowboys, you've got to make those kind of plays.
Well, you know, every Cardinal fan, has seen the Cardinals do this before. I mean, get themselves close, get in the big game, and then not make the plays.
Look at Berline. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. That's a ball that should have been caught easily. Camarillo now punting away to Kevin Williams. He calls for the fair catch. He fumbles the ball but gets it out of bounds, and so Dallas will have it. And boy, I tell you, Williams has really had a tough time. He's had 2 fumbles on punts earlier. That's a 42-yard punt.
And Berline is hot and has every reason to be so.
People care about the world these days. They just don't want me to put another toxic antifreeze in their car. I mean, who needs toxic? So what if it protects to 70 below? Any antifreeze can do that. Tell me that it's different, safer. Tell me nothing protects better, and it's biodegradable. I mean, what if their dog gets into it? Or their kids? This is serious. It's a changing world. Poison's out.
New Sierra. It's not just antifreeze, it's safety freeze.
After all these years, Watson, the trail is decidedly cold.
But Holmes, it's quite warm in here.
All these years.
Curiously cozy.
No, fiendishly clever. Observe, Watson. Warm house, many years. It must be...
Lennox.
Elementary, my dear Watson.
For home heating, for cooking, for hot water, use clean, natural gas. America's best energy value.
Underneath every new Jimmy is the strength of a strong truck frame. An important advantage for towing, whether you're on-road or off-road. The GMC Jimmy. Drop in for a test drive.
Sunday night NFL on TNT. Coach Bill Parcells has a new team with a new look and a new attitude. And the Jets can't wait to change it. Patriots, Jets, next Sunday night at 8 Eastern on TNT.
Interesting exchange between Derek Ware, the tight end who just dropped that pass a moment ago, and Steve Berline. And Berline's trying to get him calmed down and saying, hey, you dropped it. It hurt us, but we may need you in the second half. We're going to need you in the second half. You may catch the game winner, so get back in the game.
From the 15-yard line, Dallas will start this series. Aikman giving off to Lassick, and Lassick will get a yard, and that's all.
One of the keys to this first half, although the Phoenix defense has played credibly, is they have not been able to put any pressure really on Troy Aikman. He's gotten hit a couple of times after he's thrown the ball, but they really haven't forced him to really make something happen. I mean, he's had too much time. He's been able to spread the ball around between Harper and Irvin and Novacek and Johnston.
All 3 sacks the Cardinals have this year came last week, and they were all by Ken Harvick. Second down, 10. Aikman to Johnston, the fullback. Johnson hit by Lynch, and he's going to be short of the first down. He's going to bring up a third down, 2 yards to go.
One of the other keys to this game is that the Cowboys in the first 2 games turned the ball over 8 times. Tonight, they don't have any turnovers. And Jimmy Johnson said to us yesterday, if we don't turn the ball over, we'll win every game. Any game we don't turn the ball over, we win.
It's been kind of a methodical game that Dallas has played. They've just kept moving the football, distributing the ball so well. 3rd and 2 now, 38 seconds left in the half. Trying to get outside, he'll be stopped, and now Phoenix ought to get the clock stopped, and they do.
They do, legal.
They call timeout with 23 seconds left, and so Jet will have to come in and punt the football. Tyrone Stowe, number 90, again on the tackle. The middle linebacker, Joe Bugle, trying to get his troops fired up as the Cardinals with a golden opportunity here to step up and show they're a good football team, and thus far, nothing's happened.
Even though the Honda Accord has been one of the best-selling cars in America, we thought it was time to make a few changes. Like more interior space, dual airbags, features, better performance, and all new styling. The 1994 Accord DX sedan. Basically, Honda changed everything, but the price.
Way to go. That's Dashes Green going to the front. Four-star Wrangler is second.
The results are in. A Dan Jones survey asked Wasatch Front adults to name their favorite fine dining restaurant. And the #1 choice? Muldoon's. Not only the favorite, but also #1 in where to impress an out-of-town guest. And #1 in menu variety. Why Muldoon's? Because they offer truly memorable dining with a complimentary evening shrimp bowl. For lunch, dinner, or Sunday brunch, it's Muldoon's. Selected #1 for fine dining. What else is there to say? How about thanks, Utah?
Nothing Dallas. John Jett gets the ball underway, 48 yards, and Johnny Bailey makes the fair catch at the 29, and Phoenix will start there with only 15 seconds left in this first half. 2 timeouts remaining.
Well, you know, the Cowboys are 0-2, but Troy Aikman certainly tonight looks like he kind of picked up from where the Super Bowl. He played the Super Bowl. And, you think about the Cowboys, everybody remembers how many points they scored, those 52 points in the Super Bowl. You forget they kind of struggled in the year. They had a lot of close ball games during the regular year. It was just when they got to the playoffs where they really had that surge, largely because of the play of Alvin Harper.
Jimmy Johnson said, if we win a ball game, we'll get right back on track. And right now, they're on their way to that.
Look at that. Look at Jimmy. His defense is a little bit like his hair. It's rarely moving tonight.
You were asking about when he scuba dives, if it ever gets out of place.
Looks great.
First down for Burline. And Burline then buried at the 25-yard line. He pulled it down, and John Roper, number 56, who they acquired from the Chicago Bears in a trade, was there. And they're going to use another timeout. Phoenix will have 1 remaining with 8 seconds left in the half. Well, you mentioned Aikman. He's 10 of 12, 154 yards. And this is not what Joe Bugel had in mind after that big win last week. Well, we're going to keep it right here as Bugel now with 8 seconds. Not a lot he can do here. 1 timeout remaining. You know, so many times, Pat, and you've been in this athletically, where you emotionally know how big a game is, but somehow just can't make things happen. Right now you get the sense the Cardinals maybe just are pressing again like they were in the first game against Philadelphia.
Well, you're right, because they've had a couple of nice drives, but it's either been a penalty. They've had a penalty on a nice drive, and then a drop ball by Derek Ware. They just haven't been able to make it happen. Last week their defense, the Cardinal defense, made all the plays. They stopped Washington on a 4th and 1. They made an interception in the end zone. They did some good things, but tonight the Cowboy offense has been incredibly efficient and turn it over. The Cardinal offense hasn't made the plays when they've really needed them.
Well, last week they started out and just marched down the field against Washington, didn't get in the end zone, then he had a 58-yard punt return for a touchdown. They started quickly, just haven't had that kind of fireworks here tonight.
Well, one thing, Gary Clark, they're going to have to get the ball to Gary Clark out in the open field, maybe get away from Larry Brown, who's really played him well. But in the second half, if the Cardinals are going to come back, Gary Clark, one way or another, is going to have to figure him.
Clark has 1 catch for 2 yards thus far, to give you an idea how well Larry Brown has played him. Roger Riley, our statistician, pointed that out. Now, Gary's been really slowed by a groin problem, and he's been nicked up. He didn't practice this week, but he called the Cardinals, wanted to come here. He was the free agent signee and has given them some leadership. Well, after all that, they down the ball, and we come to the end of this first half.
Hate to see him do that when you're down by 10 points in a home crowd. Throw it up there. Give the guys a chance.
Jimmy Johnson's team with a 10-0 lead over Joe Bugel. And the Cowboys have been very impressive. Halftime show coming up.
One MRI scan, $1,100.
There's no question healthcare costs are high.
2 pain relievers, $5.
That's why you need someone